Well, the first day of spring brings plenty of excitement about tackling some projects that winter has just put on hold.
That's right. News 13's Victoria Dunkle is live to help us check off the spring to-do list. And Victoria, where are we starting this morning?
We're going to start inside the house. We're here at Lowe's, and I asked them to give us a little bit of help with some of the projects that a lot of us, I'm guessing, have on our list. So we're going to start inside the house with our buddy Sam Conviser here, and you actually have some ideas for maybe giving the kitchen a fresh look, right?
First of all, for good luck,
yes,
let's celebrate the first day of spring, all right?
This is good. Okay.
Yeah, we got to celebrate spring. And by the way, everything we talk about today, I urge all the viewers, yourself included, to read the instructions on everything we talk about today.
Okay, for
the best results, please read instructions.
What are we going to read the instructions on first?
First thing, let's start inside the house.
Yes.
And some things you can do inside the house. Now, if you have a garage, it's been trashed with slush and with salt and everything. We have a couple different things to recoat your garage floor. A lot of people like that smooth look about their floor.
Sure.
We have a garage flooring that anybody can do.
Great.
Also, you can get speckles for making it kind of a fancy schmancy
nice.
speckled, right?
Okay.
We also have a countertop refinishing kit, where if somebody wants to refinish the counters in their kitchen, this is pretty easy to do.
That's a great economic way to kind of get a remodel look, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. We also have a kit for redoing your cabinets.
Oh.
Now, with all of these things, the preparation of your surface is most important. That's why I read the instructions, do the right prep.
Like, I'm guessing I have to get the grease off the cabinets over the stove first, right?
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Okay, now I like a pop of color, and we're actually thinking about repainting our kitchen. What are some of the hot trending ideas?
We are, here at Lowe's, we can make literally an unlimited number of colors.
Wow.
You know, if you want one of the stock colors that we have tons and tons of stock colors for people to choose from. But also, we have a machine that can read color.
Okay.
And
so I can bring in that picture that I love the color of, and you can make it match.
Exactly. Or if you've got that piece of bubble gum that you want your room to look like, please bring it in before you chew it, and we'll match that color.
Advice to live by there as we do this. We've got a whole list. This to-do list is never going to end. No. But I'm going to help Sam keep helping us figure out how to make it work. Also, we've got one of his buddies from the garden department helping us out, too. So whatever the project is, we're going to help solve it with a few good ideas all morning long. Live in Arden, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
Well, in honor of the first day of spring, News 13's Victoria Dunkle is live with some tips to help you tackle some of those home improvement projects.
That's right, and Victoria, we've had a long, cold winter to be thinking about this. Now it's time to get started.
And that's exactly what we were finding out here at Lowe's. They were telling me that a lot of people have been coming in saying, I am just so anxious to tackle these projects. In fact, I'm talking to Jonathan Thomas now because we are talking about getting our lawns looking nice. They have taken a pounding from this winter. So what do we need to know to get them looking green and lovely?
Well, basically what you need to start out with is determining the pH level that you have in your soil, which can be done by obtaining either a home soil test kit or by sending samples of your soil off to either your local or state agricultural department so that they can determine it. Once you find that out, your first step is officially going to be pelletized limestone.
Oh, okay.
And what that does is help neutralize the pH level in your soil so more things can grow, essentially.
All right,
and
so
that's
got that going.
Right. And you're going to be able to put that down with a broadcast spreader. Why? Because you're going to have even coverage with that instead of doing it by hand.
And we got all kinds of options on those as well on the end of the table there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the size is determined by how big the project is that you're doing.
Okay.
Now, your lawn maintenance can go in two different directions. If you already have an established lawn, you want to go the route of a pre-emergent weed killer, such as the crabgrass preventative.
No, these things definitely, we want to get rid of that crabgrass.
Oh, absolutely. And what a pre-emergent is it's a weed killer that kills the weed before it emerges out of the ground. So you want to tackle that right now, because once it comes up out of the ground, it's going to be really tough to get rid of.
Now, if I have a whole long list of things that I need to get done and I have gardening questions, you know what? Jonathan's around here, and so is the great staff, so you can just bring that list to you and you can help us out. And you know what he's going to help us with next time? We're going to start looking at where we're going to put the plants and the flowers that we really like. Yeah, we're getting our hands dirty with a little potting and growing tips for your garden coming up in our next half hour. Live in Arden, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
Well, the excitement of spring is in the air, so we have News 13's Victoria Dunkle in the home improvement store getting some tips for greening up our lawns. And Vic, we're actually moving on to some tips for spring plants.
Absolutely. And you know, we often are thinking about the outdoor landscape and so on, but there's a way to bring a little bit of spring inside the house as well. So to get some ideas for whatever kind of planting we want to do, I'm talking to Jonathan Thomas. He's one of the garden specialists here, and you're going to show us some really good advice when it comes to repotting our plants to get them ready for the new growth season.
Exactly, Victoria. A lot of people do not realize that when you buy a potted plant from the store, it's actually kind of root bound in the pot that it comes in. So to remedy that, you want to get a larger pot than what it's already in, so that it'll have room to grow. It's all about the growth.
Well, let's see what you're going to do to get this one in a new home here.
Okay, this is its new home right here, and you want to use a good rich potting soil.
Okay.
Why? Because it has all the nutrients it needs to support some life. And basically, you take it out of the pot, and you see how big the root ball is. You want to make sure to get a pot that's going to be large enough to where you have about 1.5 to 2 inches of space around it when you put it in.
Okay.
And this one right here is perfect, and you want to fill up your pot almost all the way, and then dig down so that when you put the root ball in, it's going to be submerged underneath the dirt.
Okay.
And then you fill in around it with the dirt.
Now, you were talking about a couple of things we do wrong is we pack it in too tight, right?
Yeah, you don't want to pack it in too tight because, like I said before, it's all about room to grow. And these are tender roots, so you don't want to pack the dirt in there because it's not going to be able to, wiggle around.
Now, this is the same process we would use out in the ground, but only we'd make the hole in the ground bigger and supply that way.
It's essentially the same process. There are some slight differences because ground provides nutrients that you can't normally get in a pot.
Now, if you want to find out more about those differences and you want to maybe find out what's going to work better inside or outside or how to make it work if you've got a sunny spot or a spot that's in the shade, so many questions about your planting, guess who you need to talk to? Jonathan and the great team here in the garden will be able to help you out. You can also find out more information when you check out the links we have for you at newslinks at WLOS.com. And coming up, we're going to take on at least one more springtime project to get you ready for the new season of all kinds of fun and a fresh new look for your home inside and out. Live in Arden, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
To celebrate spring, we're all about home improvements this morning, and the rough winter has some folks ready to get out and make some improvements and to repair a lot of that winter damage. News 13's Victoria Dunkle is joining us now live this morning in Arden. And Victoria, what are we fixing up this time around?
Well, we've done a little bit of looking at how to fix the inside of the house, get the garden and the lawn ready. Now we're going to take a look at what's going on the outside. And we're also keeping in mind that not a whole lot of us have an endless budget. So for $10, Sam Conviser, what can we do to get our house looking good? You said there's one item that everyone should have for the spring.
Right. First of all, let's celebrate spring.
You've been playing, he's been loving that. He's been loving that because it is a new season.
A caulking gun and a tube of caulk. Given the rains we had last year, let's get ready for it before it starts raining. Go around and caulk your window frames and your door frames.
And that can save us a lot of money for damage later.
Oh, because the water will find its way in and will cause you all kinds of very costly damage later.
$10, we can do that. What's next?
Let's talk about getting your deck ready this year.
Yeah.
First thing you want to do is you want to strip the deck down, clean it really good. We don't recommend using a pressure washer. Recommend spraying one of the deck cleaners down, letting it sit according to the directions, and then hosing it off with your hose.
Okay.
If you got stubborn stains, get down on your hands and knees with a scrub brush and scrub it.
Good old elbow grease.
Pressure washers just destroy the wood.
Okay.
And then choose a good semi-transparent or opaque stain to put on your deck. Make sure it has UV protection.
All right, because the sun will do the damage for you as well. So.
Right. Then, for cleaning your house, everybody's got mold around their gutters. This because of all the rain we had last year, mold on the house, discoloration of one type or another. We have all kinds of products that will go in the pressure washer, use with your pressure washer for reaching the second stories and for reaching the gutters and things you can't reach with a regular hose.
All right. And you know what? If there's a whole bunch on your list that we haven't covered yet, no problem, because these folks have it got set up for you as well. There are resources online where you can go, and we have them set up for you at newslinks at WLOS.com. You can go and find specialists who will come out and assess the situation, and maybe if you have a project, they can give you some quotes on that. Also, there's a link to a source that will get you in connection with some local contractors who can come do the work for you. Reporting live in Arden, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.